Two people went missing in Georgia about 3 years ago. One was found dead in the forest, and the other one is still missing. And Nancy Gracie is now getting involved. Let's talk about it. Let me give you guys a little bit of a backstory on what's going on. There is a missing girl in Resaca, Georgia. Her name is Keeslyn Roberts, and she's been missing about 3 years. I did a search for her a long time ago before I even had a clue what I was doing. Put a video out. It wasn't very good. And that was that. You know, like nothing has came from these searches. She is still missing. And all that the police really have to go on that I know of is rumors and, you know, just heard it through the grapevine stuff. The other person is named Caleb Smith, and he went missing around the same time. And the thing is crazy that ties these two missing people together is Caleb Smith and Keeslyn Roberts both were last seen at this Flying J just off the interstate in Resaca. And now, while Keeslyn Roberts is still missing, Caleb Smith, his remains were found, sadly, in a wooded area off the street, a few miles away from where this Flying J was. Now, he was found without any clothes on, and they never did find his clothes, and his car was still at the Flying J. Now, Caleb's parents, they are sticking with the fact that they don't believe their son was suicidal, that this was an accident, that this was an overdose. They believe there was foul play at hand. And there's a lot of things behind that case that would lead you to think that there is foul play. For instance, the woods were caught on fire where they found the body. The fact that nobody knows how he got there. There's just a lot of crazy stories behind this, a lot of weird theories. I've even had a chance to talk to the mom a few times, and while there's not much I can do to help like bring closure to her and help like get some answers for her, putting out these videos definitely helps and keeps the stories alive. For one, it's just very fishy and unplausible to a lot of people that Caleb, this wasn't an open and shut case. It never should have been. There should have been looking some deeper into it, right? As for Keeslyn, this girl is still missing. Now, I don't have all the facts right in front of me, but I'm just telling you guys what I remember and what I've heard. So by all means, if you're sitting here right now listening to this, go over to your computer and look up the case, Keeslyn Roberts, Caleb Smith, Resaca, Georgia. And you'll start seeing that within this last 3 years, there have been tons of different theories and stories behind where she went. And I'm gonna tell you guys what I think what happened, and the reason why there's not much searching going on for me at least. And I think Keeslyn's, now before I say this, I want you guys to all understand that the best case scenario would be Keeslyn was found alive. No matter what happened, if she came home still breathing, that is the best ending that this could have, right? Sadly, 3 years, not a trace, no bank account activity, nothing. It's really looking like this is going to be, she's not going to be found alive. But there's always hope. With that being said, my theory is, you know, now the story goes, she was running with the wrong crowd. She may have got mixed up in drugs a little bit. And I don't want to downplay the fact, you know, that she is a young girl that had a future ahead of her and it was cut short. But with those factors in mind, I'm thinking it's possible that she may have OD'd, and whoever she OD'd with panicked and disposed of her somewhere. Or she was met with foul play and somebody killed her and dumped her body somewhere. Those are the two theories I'm going with. Now, the fact that they haven't found her body yet makes me think that she was disposed of on private property. Now, the reason I say this is because I've gotten a lot of messages saying, hey, you guys should check this spot out. Hey, you guys could check this spot out. And there's lots of Facebook groups that are pointing the fingers at certain people who have land that have ponds. And the people who owned these ponds won't give anyone permission to search them. It's a huge red flag to me. If I owned a pond and somebody thought there was a body in it and I didn't do anything, I would by all means let them search it. So that's a red flag for me. Now, once again, this is my opinion. This is what I'm saying. I'm not using names. You guys who are following this case closely, you know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, if she is dumped in one of these private ponds that you can't get access to, she's never going to be found. So that's where my thoughts are on her. I don't think she left town. I don't think she left with a trucker. I don't think any of that. I think she got herself into a situation and she got and the worst happened, and she was disposed of somewhere that people just can't get access to. Usually people who are found that are missing for a while eventually get stumbled upon by hikers, by hunters, or somebody, you know, just out enjoying the day, and they just happen to walk across the remains. That happens a lot, a ton. For instance, Miriam Hemphill, she went missing many years out of Gadsden, Alabama, and everybody was searching the river, finding cars. For years and years, people searched. And then come to find out, a hunter came across her vehicle in the middle of the woods. Somehow she got lost and managed to take a dirt road, an old logging road, until it ended, and she busted through the woods, went down a hill, sadly passed away. That's where they found her. Years later, and by chance, a hunter come across her. That happens all the time. This hasn't happened yet with Keeslyn. So that's what's making me think she's somewhere that's not easily accessible. That's what I think. Now, the good news in this story is that Nancy Grace, y'all know the infamous Nancy Grace. She is a die-hard, cutthroat journalist who likes to get to the bottom of things. And she has taken interest in Caleb Smith and Keeslyn Roberts' case. And she has a video out right now on YouTube. I'll link it down in the description. You guys can go check it out. With her resources, you would think that could really open some doors for Keeslyn's family to get to the bottom of this. At the end of the day, she needs to be found. At the end of the day, Caleb's family needs answers. Everybody needs answers because she has family, she has friends, so does Caleb, and they're all just wondering what happened. You know, was Caleb's death an accident? Was it foul play? Was it suicide? See, nobody knows except what they believe. If people out there knew Caleb, they know the kind of person he was. You know, so like, I'm sure people are saying there's no way he was suicidal. There's no way he would be naked out in the woods. There's no way, right? And as for Keeslyn, you know, I'm sure people know her too. You know, she was outstanding. She was outspoken. She was beautiful. She had a future ahead of her. Her father said she wanted to be a marine biologist. That's an amazing future to pursue. And to be cut short like this is nothing short of heartbreaking. So hopefully Nancy Grace and her team can get to the bottom of this, start opening some doors, maybe get some search warrants, motivate the county, the feds here in Georgia and the locals, the sheriffs, to maybe start like putting a little bit more effort into this, because people go missing every single day. And sometimes, for some reason, people get way more attention on getting searched for than other people. And that is the worst kind of feeling, just because of who it is or how they look or what day of the week it is. Somebody's going to get more of a priority than somebody else. And that's just not fair. That's not fair to anybody. That's not fair to the victims. That's not fair to the family. That's terrible, terrible stuff. So with this case, with Keeslyn's case and Caleb's case, hopefully they're going to get answers sooner rather than later. The news stories are coming out. We are close. We're figuring it out. Hopefully they're not just blowing smoke, and they really mean that. It's like, we got solid leads. We just need to get the right paperwork signed or something. I don't really know what they do behind the scenes, but hopefully they can figure out something now. 3 years, too long. Every time I get on Facebook, on the Facebook groups for Keeslyn and Caleb, there's just a lot of question marks. There's a lot of prayers. What happened to them? Where are they? I want to know. Prayers for the family. You know, how long are the families going to suffer before the right people get out there and actually do the work and start digging some holes, start searching the grounds, get some dogs, start searching the ponds, you know? With all that being said, I'm not bashing anybody in the search community in the field. Everybody's doing the best they can, I assume. I mean, what can you do? You kind of feel helpless here. I'm just making a video here talking about, you know, 2 people missing, but hopefully maybe this video reaches enough people to where they'll start writing some emails, fed up with the fact that nobody seems to care about what happened to these young kids. Another thing that I heard about while I'm on here ranting is I saw an interview with the family, the mother and the father of Keeslyn, and Nancy Grace asked them, do you know if she went into the Flying J the night she disappeared? Do you have video evidence? Obviously, these gas stations got cameras. And the father said, we know she went in, and they have the video proof, but we haven't seen it. So I don't know why they wouldn't let the family watch the tapes. That doesn't make any sense to me either. Now, I know you guys could argue it's police evidence. They're trying to keep the evidence secure. They don't want anything leaking, something like that. But the fact that they wouldn't show the family to at least ask them, I was like, hey, is that her? And they'd be like, oh yeah, that's her. She's running around at the gas station. The fact that like they didn't get to watch it, that's a big question mark. Why wouldn't they let them see the tape? Very weird to me, very weird. You would think that that would be a big key piece of evidence to figure out what happened to her. I mean, the Flying J is not a small gas station. Should have cameras everywhere. I go there a lot. There's people that work there that I went to high school with. It's crazy. Yeah, it should be fortified with security cameras. But apparently maybe it's not. Maybe half of them didn't work. Maybe it's outdated. I don't know. They got a Denny's there. This place is pretty dated. At the end of the day, Keeslyn Roberts needs to be found. At the end of the day, Caleb Smith's family needs some answers. Did he just die out in the woods? Did he hike and take all his clothes off and pass away? Cops think so, but I don't think that actually happened. As for Keeslyn, nobody knows. She disappeared, and all they have is rumors that they can't follow up on because they're rumors. So hopefully this Nancy Grace thing will lead them to new answers, and hopefully the family finally has some closure. But we will see, and I will keep you all updated on what I find out and what I hear through the grapevine. And I ask you guys, get on the internet and start doing your own investigating. See if you can figure things out, little tips. The more people looking into these cases, the better chances that people are brought home. And at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants. Appreciate you guys watching my little rant. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.